Who is that?
That's a guy who's going to bring a very fancy car to us. Up you go. Oh, we even got the neighbors around here to show up to see what's going on.
You are going to come through our neighborhood with it.
So are you ready for your test ride?
Yeah.
You want the kids in it now?
What are we looking at?
Slingshot.
Hey, it's Baldy from ADV Rider, and I have received a lot of exotic motorcycles from motorcycle manufacturers who want me to do a YouTube review, but I don't remember a grand entrance like the Slingshot made that drew a crowd like that. Now you may ask, hold on, Baldy does motorcycle reviews. What is this? This is the Batmobile. I mean, isn't this a hardcore enthusiast car? It's got a steering wheel, it's got bucket seats, it's got shoulder harness. Well, that's true. I review mostly motorcycles, although I own a three-wheeler, and I just did a review of a three-wheeler, but that had handlebars, and nobody questioned whether it was a motorcycle or not. So why did I take the Slingshot when they offered? The answer is, it looks like so much fun. So in this episode, I'm going to take my crush, my wife, who loves motorcycles and especially three-wheeled kind of things, and we're going to ride up into the Santa Cruz Mountains. It's tough duty, but somebody's got to do it among all the twisties. We're going to go to the famed Alice's restaurant where there's hardcore car guys and hardcore motorcyclists, and they're going to ooh and ah over it and give their opinion on whether it's cool or not. Is it a car? Is it a motorcycle? Is it a mashup between the two? We're going to go down to the ocean, and at the end of the episode, I'll make a judgment on whether I would buy one or whether we would just rent one wherever we go, whether we think it's cool. So, first things first, you got to see what's under the hood, right? It sounds amazing and goes like a bat out of hell. So I decided, okay, let's pop this hood. I found the latch, lift it up. Oh, it's hung up on something. Dang. What is wrong with this? And I looked all over the place. We don't get too many Slingshots around here. I guess there's a lot of them in Las Vegas and Hawaii and places like that. But I hadn't seen this before, and I hadn't seen one with a hood lifted. I asked some engineers in our neighborhood, and they couldn't figure it out either. So, can I admit this in public? I had to go get the manual. And the manual said, no, don't, idiot, don't just lift it straight up and try to break the plastic. You pull it forward. It's like Batman! Now that's cool. Yummy. Apparently the reason for Polaris making their own engine, aside from the fact that they make really good engines, is they could make a lighter one than the GM engine they've had inside for years. And that allowed them a little more weight allowance for an automatic transmission, which this one has in it. When I lift the hood and show the engine to admiring crowds who all want to see underneath, they all comment, oh, well, you can actually work on this. I mean, the battery's a little hard to get to, but everything else seems pretty darn accessible. This thing is low to the ground. You don't get a lot of suspension travel here. It's like riding in a go-kart. You feel every bump, and it stays flat in the corners, and I really like that. The belt drive on the back surprised me, but it's ultra quiet, and I don't have any problem with it. I get the feeling the weight distribution is pretty light on the back. They have this big fatty tire, which is pretty cool, but I could spin it out by just stepping on the gas. In fact, you want to see my driveway? Yeah, how'd those get there? Turns out the loan agreement kept me from taking the kids out on the street. They thought it was the coolest vehicle they'd ever seen, and we were shooting a play, so they wrote some scenes specifically for the Slingshot.
Well, life lesson learned. Never take a ride for a thief.
Yarr!
Oh, look, a pirate! Perfect.
Land transportation not working up for you, matey? Motorcycle with a steering wheel, huh? It's got some normal things to play your music, and it's got a loud stereo system. I actually kind of like that. And there's that red button right in the center there, and that toggles between Slingshot mode, which is very aggressive shifting, gets you pretty high RPM. It shifts really beautifully. Or you can press it and get comfort mode. So apparently the auto transmission is much improved for 2021.
When I drove the automatic 2020 Slingshot, I thought it was a little bit jerky, especially at low speeds, and it was not exactly what I would call a performance-tuned transmission. The manual was still definitely the way to go for 2020. But already for 2021, they've made some changes to the transmission and the engine. They changed how they're tuned, they changed how they work together to make it a little bit more smooth.
But I was impressed, and it was really cool having a manual mode with paddle shifters. I didn't get to try the fully manual transmission, but I bet I would have loved it.
With the Slingshot's crazy high revving engine, having a stick shift and a clutch pedal makes all the difference in the world.
Oh, the Batmobile. Are you Batwoman today?
Well, I guess I am. Look at it.
Everybody, all our friends, whenever we ride to their house in this thing, they all say, Batmobile!
We're going to go all the way down to the beach, and then we're going to go circling around in all the twisties all the way back home and really put it through its paces.
And how are you going to fit all this stuff in there?
Well, that's a concern.
How's the luggage space?
Yeah, that's one of my concerns. Some of it will go up my feet, and there is a space behind each seat.
Well, let's try it.
Okay.
We'll load her up.
I don't think this
That's my camera bag. You think that'll fit?
Will
Let's try it.
Okay, we'll try it. No.
No, the answer is no. Okay.
That'll have to go up my feet.
Okay, what about all this other crap? Drone and tripod.
Okay, that fits.
People are going to ask about your broken hand.
Yeah. So I have a broken...
High-speed motorcycle crash?
No, nothing so exciting. I was grabbing the dog and he swerved and jammed into my little finger and broke the metatarsal in my hand.
That's a big dog, 85-pound exuberant dog.
I'm getting more than I thought I could in there.
Yeah, it's pretty full. Lunch and all the extras.
Some water bottles.
So here we are at Alice's, and there's every kind of vehicle here, from shiny Vespas to Corvettes, and everybody's standing around admiring the cars. Ooh, would you look at that? Oh my gosh. What is this delicious old bike that I see?
This is a 48 Chief.
48 Chief.
It is.
And it looks immaculate.
Thank you.
Wow. Did you restore it or did you get it this way?
I got it partially restored. I did a lot of the work, yeah.
Shiny, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Not bad for 2005.
Yeah, you've done a lot of stuff to it.
Howdy. That's pretty cool.
Howdy. You guys mind if I roll video?
No, roll video.
I got a question to ask you.
Yeah.
The press sent me that Slingshot over there to review for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I'm a motorcyclist. I've never been in a Slingshot before.
Okay.
Is it cool or not? Is it a motorcycle or a car?
It's not a motorcycle.
It's not a motorcycle.
Not a motorcycle.
Not a motorcycle.
Definitely not.
They say it's a motorcycle, but I think they do that legally, you know.
Is that for like M1 purposes, so you don't have to have it?
I think they're pretty cool until I see them in motorcycle parking. When I see one in motorcycle park, I'm like, no, sir. Is it rear-wheel driven?
Rear-wheel driven. You want to take a look?
Yeah, absolutely.
I heard they crab walk when you go around corners too hard.
What does crab walk mean?
When the front suspension doesn't balance. That's what I heard. Maybe it's a spider, not a slingshot, but.
You can't even check this non-motorcycle out.
Non-motorcycle.
Non-motorcycle.
That's a lot of
Hey,
steering wheel.
Yeah, I know.
Steering wheel.
I know.
I would definitely, if I could, I would add this to my stable. Sure. Then my wife would go out with me, and I could take the kids, you know.
Oh yeah.
Still trying to get the wife to go out with you, huh?
Yeah. Playing hard to get.
I don't know. I wouldn't get one. It's too much of a compromise for
Have
me.
you considered a marriage counselor?
This one actually comes to the marriage counselor.
I do feel like if it was one wheel in the front,
yeah,
it would feel more like a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Just from your own rider perspective.
It'd be like a trike.
Yeah.
Like Harley's trike.
Yeah. But if you say you like it in the twisties, that tells me a lot right there.
I do.
It was really nice coming up here.
Yeah.
It felt very much like either a sports car or a motorcycle. But
Any issues on the turn with like it lifting or?
You know, I haven't seen that, and I think that's why they make it so wide track.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's scraped anything. Or...
No, it's very low and it's wide track. I don't know what happens when you hit a turn too fast. I will say though that this wheel spins because it's light in the back.
Yeah.
And so on one of the turns, on several turns, I would just mash the gas and it would drift around. So on pavement. So.
And it's got car tires.
Car tires.
Car tires.
Yeah.
It's a Slingshot. It's its own thing. Let's just.
That's the thing.
It's its own. It's its own creation.
Yeah. It's different than everything else. Here comes another curiosity seeker.
It's not a Morgan.
It's not a Morgan. Yeah. Is it cool?
It's very cool.
Is it?
Yeah. Are we going to pop the bonnet?
You want to do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Might as well.
He wants to pop the bonnet. I couldn't figure out how to pop the bonnet. No, it's
not a motor. That's the debate.
Is there a
Want me
release?
to hold the camera?
Yeah.
So I tried to lift the hood several times and I couldn't get it to lift. So I checked the manual and they said, don't pull it up like that, you'll crack the plastic. Pull it forward.
Look at that.
So this engine is made by Polaris and it's a 4-cylinder, 2-liter, 203 horsepower. And it sounds really good. Yeah, not bad, huh?
Horsepower ratio's really good.
Yeah.
I should point out this is the high-end Model R. The two less expensive models have 178 horsepower.
So it draws a crowd of spectators. For what, my midlife crisis? Is that what you were talking about?
This is actually the recovery mechanism after you hurt yourself on your midlife crisis.
Yeah, that's actually probably true.
Yeah, this is the safer midlife crisis.
This is like the Great America ride for the road.
It is.
How was it out on like on 280? Did you get out on like 280 or 101?
You know, I went on 85 yesterday just for a couple of exits. It was fine.
Okay.
It was fine. It accelerates like a bat out of hell up to 70.
Okay. Does it come with optional windscreens?
Brandon here with slingmods.com, and today we have the Madstat adjustable windshield. Windshields are one of the most popular upgrades for Slingshot owners, and they come in a variety of shapes and sizes.
Yeah, if your pockets are burning with money, there's all kinds of options you can get.
Today we have our full front and rear windshield system for the Polaris Slingshot.
I would only drive this thing if my girl would dress up as Robin and I could be Batman.
Excellent Halloween.
You can totally work on it.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Completely open.
Yeah, it's got a very wide footprint. I'm surprised by how wide the wheels are in the front. The vehicle's wider than like a Corvette or something.
What's the weight on this thing?
I think it's 1,700.
That's insane.
Yeah. Taking pictures of it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
As your future ride.
There you go. That's awesome. See, maybe my wife would rather get on that. She hasn't got on this yet.
Wow, what do you have going on over here?
I got a Can-Am Spider.
Wow, it looks really cool.
Thank you.
So it's more like a motorcycle than the
Yeah, a little bit.
Slingshot is.
Yeah.
Why'd you buy a Spider?
To be honest, I saw one when I was a kid, one of the older ones, and I've always wanted one.
Yeah.
And once you get on one, it's super different than a car and a motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
So you can get the back end sideways pretty easy. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. And do you like it, or you just put up with him?
I have a lot of fun. We come on these roads and we just go around on Sundays, and it's our time.
Yeah, that's really cool. So what's your impression of the Spider? Or the Slingshot, sorry, the Slingshot.
Slingshot, I like it. We were actually going to rent one in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Take it to throughout the island in Hana.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they'll let you take them to Hana?
Yeah.
Oh wow. That'd be a neat thing to take there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So we made it all the way to the ocean.
Yes, we did.
No crashes.
No crashes. It was beautiful.
But you were banging on my arm telling me to slow down.
Well, you were driving a little fast. It was a 1-lane road.
But even on the 2-lane road, you were banging on me.
Well, you were driving too fast there too.
Oh. Do I go a little too fast in this thing?
Yes, you do.
It just is meant for that. How was your comfort level?
It was comfortable, very comfortable.
Compared to a motorcycle?
Definitely more comfortable than the back of a motorcycle, unless it's got a sidecar.
And how was it compared to the sidecar?
Very similar.
Did you feel safer?
No, pretty much the same.
But you have a seatbelt on here.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Maybe it's a little safer.
So I know some people who call you the little old lady from Pasadena.
It's the little old lady from Pasadena.
Well, I am a granny.
And you drive it.
And I do drive this, yep.
And they say you can't keep your foot off the accelerator.
'Cause you can't keep your foot off the accelerator.
And after all those adventures, would I buy one? And the answer is no. Despite how much I loved it and how much I'm going to miss it when it's gone. Reason number one, I already have a 3-wheeler and it takes up a lot of room in my garage and I don't have room for another. Reason number two, my irrational passion is for motorcycles, and this has more of a car vibe, and my current 3-wheeler, the Ural, has more of a motorcycle vibe, which I like. Reason number three is the number 3, because I'm addicted to my Ural, which can seat 3 people. this seats two, my wife and I, but I have to leave the dog behind, whereas on the Ural both get to come. So credit where credit was due. It is a blast, and in many ways it's more fun than the Ural is because it's got a hell of power. You can go 80 miles an hour on the freeway or faster. That's as fast as we went. It had pretty good wind protection. On the Ural, I'm lucky to go 65 on the freeway if I'm not going into a headwind or going uphill. And I felt it was a little bit safer for my wife, who had a shoulder harness on, and it's less tippy. It doesn't swerve to the right or the left when you put on the brakes. Yeah, if you bought it, would I be jealous? Absolutely.
Okay, so this is my neighbor harassing me, trying to keep me from making more shots. Do you think I should buy this or not? You think it's a toy, right?
I know it's a toy, because I've seen you drive it. You drive it like it's a toy.
Yeah, burning out in the driveway?
Yes, exactly.
And
exactly.
Drifting around the corner in front of your house?
Yeah, like
with the engine roaring?
15 times.
When the camera wasn't rolling, you were saying, who would believe this guy Baldy on YouTube?
That's what I said. You're right.
Yeah. But to the camera you say, oh, he's a nice fellow.
Oh, no way.
With beautiful glasses.
No, just where did you get them? I didn't say they were beautiful. I just was wondering, where is the place I don't ever want to go to get glasses?
By the way, in case you're wondering, the nose bandage selection comes from our grandgirls, but I have no excuses for these rose-colored glasses. That's on me.